Peace and blessings, collective. So as I was getting washed this morning, I was in the shower and the Most High dropped something down on me. I literally heard, don't tell anybody about the progress you're making during your self-care journey. My mind was blown. First of all, before I deep dive into this, let me first say, if you are not aware, we are doing a series of self-care morning talks where I come to you and I literally share with you my thoughts and the downloads that I'm receiving from the Most High and my spirit guides during this self-care journey. And if you have not already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel and you push the notification bell so that you'll be updated every single time I put a video up, because it's going to be daily uploads, literally daily downloads, okay? Downloads and uploads, okay? So back to what I was saying. There's something that I'm used to. Because I'm naturally a person that desires for the people around me to rise at the same time that I'm rising, or to get their awakening at the same time while I'm getting my awakening, right? I have something where I naturally share with them everything that the Most High or my spirit guides, whatever you want to call them, or you want to call him, every time that I get a download, I share it with those who are close to me. Because in my mind, it's like, if I'm awakening and I got this download, it's important that you get the download too. That way you can awaken. That way you can rise. That way you can make progress in your life. And then as I was washing up this morning and the water was running over me and I was just letting it rinse from my crown down to my feet, and I was in a state of gratitude and I was thanking the Most High for the transformation that's been happening, it was clear as day. Don't share with anybody the downloads, the progress, the things that are happening, the abundance, the blessings that are happening to you during your self-care journey. And so, of course, naturally, I had to be like, well, why is that, Most High? Like, why can't I share? And then the answer came back right away. And see, this is the profound part about being connected to the Most High and doing this healing process. Because when you ask a question, that part of you that's connected, that's channeled as a woman to the Most High, to the divine creating source that's in this universe, is able to channel the answers directly. We don't got to work like men as women when we on a spiritual path. We ain't got to work like men to be connected. It's already there and within us. We are already tapped in. So now back to what I got, because y'all know this is an uncut version, so I can't go off on long tangents because I can't edit them out. I'm just coming to y'all straight and raw early in the morning with my deep voice as a man, okay? All right, anyway, the reason why we can't share is because the closest people around you, listen real close when I say this, collective, the closest people around you are only going to be able to give you encouragement, guidance, and information or insight based upon their current space and status that they are holding on the spiritual realm. I'm going to say it again. The people who are around you are only going to be able to give you insight, guidance, and help or vision or confirmation at the place where they are. That means that if they have not ever experienced transformation coming in the same form or in the way that you are experiencing it, then that means that they can't give you any guidance or give you any confirmation about what you are receiving, the downloads that you are receiving at that very divine time. And what's the problem with that? The problem is if they can't see what you see, then they can't guide you beyond where you currently are. Mind blown again. I was like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me that, and you know how we know that there's haters or naysayers sometimes the people that's real close around you don't want you to transcend the current place where you are, because what's connecting y'all at that moment is what you're experiencing. What's connecting you at that moment is what you're going through, the trials and tribulations you might be experiencing, the grief you might have had. Like, we meet people at specific designated times in our life path and in our journey. So if we are coming to them and we're connecting with them on that level, that's the only thing. That's the only concept of reality that they have. So now when you start your self-care journey or your transformation journey, you start ascending, especially if it's on a spiritual path, they only going to be able to meet you where they are. So as you get up here, you're leaving them behind in the aspect. And this is not to get in a space of ego or big-headedness, but this is truth. This is reality. So what happens is when you share with them those downloads, when you share with them those intimate details and mind-blowing epiphanies that spirit gives you on your self-care and self-healing journey, what tends to happen is they decide to throw in a voice of, that maybe you looking into it too deep. Maybe you're projecting. Maybe you're thinking beyond where you are. Maybe you're maybe you tripping. Maybe you didn't really have that dream. Maybe you didn't really have that epiphany. Oh no, sis, that can't be a reality. They start to cast doubt. Where spirit, the most high, your spirit guides have given you certainty. So don't allow the people around you to know the small wins that you are achieving on your self-care journey. Because then, if you do, you may prevent your own self from reaching a state where you have been praying, where you have been asking the Most High, the Creator, whatever source you believe in, where you've been praying for that energy to help you get to. You see what I'm saying? Do you, like, this is blowing my mind, y'all. Part of, I think, the reason why for so long I've stayed in the same space, the reason why I've stayed as some of the same self-limiting thoughts is because the people that I'm connected to in my most intimate conversations and thoughts can only confirm what they themselves have experienced. And therefore, every time I have in the past, and I can think of several moments right now where I've gotten a download from spirit, there was literally a person on the other side of that. Now, some of y'all may call it the devil. Some of y'all may call it the shaitan if you Muslim like me. Some of you may call it demons. Whatever that negative energy is, that whisper that comes at the time when you are ascending towards the good, there's a whisper that comes. And it's going to sound like doubt. It's going to sound like you probably aren't doing and thinking and seeing and experiencing what you think you're doing, thinking and experiencing at this time on your self-healing journey, at this time of your ascension. Those conversations are going to start to happen in your ear. And they can come, and they have come for me by way of some of the closest people to me. And so, here at this very day, I love my community. I love my sisters. I love the people that I'm connected to. After all, that's why I'm connected to them. But when I tell you that, your girl ain't going to be sharing no divine downloads that I have received on this journey, as far as that are personally dealing with me, my personal, life, not the things that are outward that I can share with my collective, but those inner epiphanies that I get, that I've been praying for answer on. I'm not going to share what spirit reveals to me, because in doing that, I am creating a counterproductive negative force on the opposite side that's helping to hold me at that place of stagnation. Hold me at that place of unhealed trauma. Hold me at that place of womb ailments. Hold me at that place of asthma and congestion and heart and chest pains, and the stuff that happens when we can't work through the crap. They're going to help to hold me there. So as much as I love my people, and as much as I'm sure you love the people that you are closest to, we sometimes got to be okay with leaving them behind and realizing that on this self-care journey, you may just be walking this place and this station by yourself. And what's going to happen is when you get to the threshold with those community members that can't go any further with you, and you start to walk by yourself, trust and believe that when you reach the next station, the next destination, the Most High got another set of support, another set of friends, another set of people surrounding you that's about to come and envelope you in the consciousness and in the reality that you have just acquired at that station in that next place in your self-healing journey. Woo, child. I'm loving this. I'm loving this transformation. I'm loving this healing. I'm loving this catering to me. In the process of all of this, I'm doing things and taking time and loving on me in ways I've never got a chance to. At least not, I think probably since I became a mom. And Rakaya is now 14 years old. So maybe for 14 years, I've been straight up neglecting myself. And so now I'm at a place where I can't do that anymore. It's about taking care of me. We got to get to that place where we tired of being in the stuff that we in. We tired of being at the place that we're at. We're tired. And so we begin to do the things. We begin to make the progress. We begin to take the steps that it's going to take for us to get to that next place. And that's where I am. So I challenge you. Come up with your self-care routine that you want to do. Start with a real small goal. Maybe it's going to be 7 days. Maybe it's going to be 14 days. Maybe it's going to be 21 days. Maybe it's going to be 28 days. Whatever your small, scalable intention is. I'm not going to call it a goal. I'm going to call it an intention. Whatever your small, scalable intention is that you want to reach with your self-care journey, start it today. And as you're starting it, plan something, whether it's small or large, every single day that you're going to do for you before you do for anybody else. And that way you can make sure that the life that you want to attain, the life that you want to achieve, and that you desire as a woman or as a male, because I do have males in my community, as a person, is going to actually happen because you're going to be around to see it. Stress, trauma, guilt, regret, fear, sadness, anger, depression, none of those things will be the thing that takes you out, because you're ensuring that you're taking care of yourself right here, right now, and starting today. I love y'all. I'm going to get off right now. You know these videos are not meant to be long, but they always seem like be in the 13 to 15 minute range because it just be stuff that your girl got to share. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I don't know why you haven't at this point, but if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you're keeping up to date with all of the videos that I'm uploading. Also, Yoni Love Herbals and This Red Tent is having a lot of sales right now. So if you have not already, make sure that you go to yoniloveherbals.com and check out the sales that we're having on Yoni Steams, on the herbal smoking blends, on the Yoni Steaming stools, on the Yoni Steaming gowns, on the wholesale packages, like on distributor stuff. We got a whole bunch of sales going on all the time, and we've dropped a bunch of new products in our line that are being released to the public during this holiday season. So if you or a woman that you know is on their self-healing or womb healing journey, and they are interested in Yoni Steam, you might want to take the option of getting a gift card or getting a Yoni Steam or getting a Yoni Love tea or something like that that may be able to help them and assist them in their womb healing journey. Real deal, my fibroid and cyst shrinking capsules, blends, tea blends, steaming blends, of course, the tea blends and the steaming blends, and my whole entire fibroid and cyst, peaceful purity, and yeast and BV lines are selling like crazy right now because and endometriosis. Unfortunately, there's so many women who are suffering with these ailments. And so in these videos, I'm not focusing on it, but my whole life purpose, if you watched any of my previous videos, and if you haven't, go and watch them, because I can't link it since this is uncut and raw coming to y'all every single day. I'll put it down in the description box below, some of the videos. But real deal, what's beginning to happen is people are starting to turn away from the medicine side of things and look for natural ways to heal their wound with all these different ailments that I just named. And so Yoni Love Herbals takes pride, takes happiness, takes joy in helping women to figure out how to heal their wombs through yoni steaming and through herbal modalities in order to achieve optimal womb and overall health in their body, and then also in their mind, of course, and in their spirit. So pass on the word. If you don't have issues with your womb or are not looking for yoni steaming, maybe you know somebody who does. And share the link, share the information, share the website, which is linked down below in the description box, with them so that they can start their womb healing and transformation journey. I love y'all. I'm getting off of here for real this time. Peace. Until next time.